I'm Caden Love.
And I'm Seema Love, his wife.
And we are Love and Lore, taking dark fantasy, light fantasy, and everything in between.
And today, we want to bring to you perfect summer reads.
And when I think about summer reads, I think about maybe we're at a cabin or poolside reading a book. But if you're like me, you go on lots of runs. Maybe you like to go on hikes and listen to an audiobook while you do that. So here are some great options filled with adventure, relaxation, and everything you could hope for in summer. Let's start off with adventures. Adventures are things that we all like to have in summer, whether that's just walking up and down your street or going on a hike. And a book that came to mind is the recent release by Evan Lycum, and that is going to be Anji Kills a King. Most of this book consists of a long journey where our main character is in shackles, like you can see right there on the front cover. This one is way fun if you're wanting something kind of like Joe Abercrombie. Maybe you've already finished The Devils and you're looking for another book that feels like him. This is a fun journey with incredible twists and turns, and it starts off with a bang, just like it says in the front. Anji Kills a King. We have a group of masked individuals, some in-world substances that cause crazy things to happen. It is a super fun book, and I'm excited to see what this author has coming next.
And as you might have noticed, today's sponsor is a fly that got into our house now that it's summer. And going with my first recommendation, personally for me, summer is a very nostalgic time because it was the only time when I would have time to read books for fun. So for me, I like my summer reads to be nostalgic, so I like to reread things that I've read as a child. And usually it means classics or books like Percy Jackson. And when I was a kid, I read The Hobbit, and I really liked it. And this year, I read The Lord of the Rings for the first time. But because I read The Hobbit before, it gave me this nostalgia for when I was reading Hobbit as a child. And it just felt summery in general, mostly because The Lord of the Rings isn't necessarily classical fantasy in my opinion. It's more like a fairy tale. And because of this, it feels nostalgic, it feels summery to me, so I will recommend to read or reread The Lord of the Rings this summer for you.
And it's such a great book you can always turn to. There's always something there. I mean, no matter how well-versed a Tolkien scholar you are, do you have all that history memorized? It's always dumped on there. And I feel like you were saying it has such great things to offer. It has the adventure, it has the coziness of sitting with the hobbits, and it's just a great time overall. And so if you're looking for something a little more cozy, lighthearted, but with tons of fun, you can go to Aaron Hall's The Legend of. This one reminds me a lot of Adventure Time, where it has a great story at its core and a great purpose in it, but it's filled with plenty of humor. If you are familiar with modern fantasy and want some little quips here and there at it, you are going to...
I'm sorry, this fly.
Oh my gosh. So if you want some good laughs but a great story, you need to turn to this book about the son of Sir Dashing, the greatest knight in all the land, who was knighted only because they couldn't knight his father twice. There are so many little points to this book that I love, and I can't wait to see what this author has coming next, because this is just a step above cozy, where there is danger and there are stakes, but you're still having such a fun time that it feels like Adventure Time or even Lord of the Ringsy.
My second recommendation in this video is also going to be nostalgic, at least for me. When I was in high school, I read Howl's Moving Castle, and ever since then, I've been rereading it every couple years, and I always do it during the summer because personally for me, Ghibli and Howl's Moving Castle and any Diana Wynne Jones book feel summery to me because they feel a little bit fairy tale-ish, and like I said, fairy tales feel really summery to me. And I'm sorry to anyone who watches all of our videos because I recommend Howl's Moving Castle in almost every single video we make on this channel, but I just love it that much.
And if you didn't notice that trend already, go watch our other videos because we have plenty of other great content like this. And the last recommendation we are going to give to you is one that has a little bit of a different mood. If you are looking for something to read on a rainy summer day, or if you are a big fisher, or maybe you grew up going fishing with your dad, check out The Fisherman. This book is an interesting look on grief, but it is also a crazy cosmic thriller. If you're not really familiar with cosmic horror, think Cthulhu. Big things that are just beyond human comprehension. I actually listened to this book while I was running on the treadmill on a cruise that we went on 2 months ago, and while I would run, I would look over the sea, and oh my gosh, it was so enjoyable. It is frightening, thought-provoking, and it is such an interesting book that is not too long. Definitely one you want to add to your TBR if you're a fan of Cthulhu, or you want something to make you think about fishing and science fiction.
So these were our 5 fantasy summer book recommendations for you. Do you have any others? Share them in the comments, and thank you for watching.